Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. On our latest Halloween month review, which we only have a few more to go. I think we have only 4 more reviews after this. Till Halloween month is over. Thank God. Today we're reviewing Bloodborne, The Death of Sleep, published by Titan Comics. Written by Alice Cott. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a dude, apparently. Artwork by Piotr Kowalski, who did some of the art for that uh, Dark Souls comic book we reviewed, which was like a horror anthology, which was a retarded thing to do with the with the Dark Souls universe. If you can't tell by my tone, this comic book sucks. I give it a 4 out of 10. Already, it's like, oh my god. I had hoped this would be better. I honestly had thought, because this one's not a horror anthology book, that this would be better than the fucking shitty Dark Souls comic book, which was kind of paused. This one is also paused as well, if you didn't know. And it's like, oh my god. I dreamed the hope. I dared to hope. And what happened? I fell in the pit of despair. Which is, if you haven't read the fucking, the Sandman book, he's in hell and he has to fight this demon to get back his mask that the demon got from that. He didn't steal the mask. The demon didn't steal the mask from Sandman. He got it from a guy who stole it from Sandman. And they're playing this riddle game, or not riddle game, but it's like this word game where they just will say a random thing, and then they have to pick a word that's stronger than that random thing. So to win, the demon says I'm an all-engulfing supernova, and Sandman says I am hope, and he wins. The demon couldn't think of a response. He should have just said I am the dark pit of despair. I am the blackest of black pills. I am the fucking road. I am the evil rapist at the end of the alley or some fucking shit. Because this fucking, I dare to hope that that modern comic book writers, right, can write a good comic book, and they have failed me yet again. No fucking wonder people are more interested in comic book fans are more interested in watching toy reviews of comic book characters they love instead of watching comic reviews, because comics nowadays are fucking garbage. They were kind of paused before, but now they're paused and they're written by shitty fucking writers. So it's not bad enough that they put stupid shit in their books, but now it's they're written by fucking shitty blog writers. It's holy fuck, dude. And what pissed me off the most is that the story is, by the way, I did beat the first Bloodborne. Well, there's only one Bloodborne game. I did beat the Bloodborne game. It took me 2 days to beat the final boss, which I'm not going to spoil what the final boss is, but he makes an appearance in the book. And he has this line where I'm growing so weak, and it's you're growing so weak, but you kicked my ass for 2 fucking days, you fucking asshole. But yeah, the story for this book is it's well, what do they call it? Oh my god. There's a specific fucking gamer term. Fuck. I can't remember. Is it not not Shepherd Quest. It's like whatever. It's like there. Fuck. Let me think if I can fix. I'm gonna pause for a sec. Okay, I finally remembered. The story for this book is basically an escort mission where the main character has to escort this kid and take him to safety because this kid could be he's part of the Pale Blood. He could help end the nightmare or whatever, or end the hunt. Which if you want me to read, I beat like Bloodborne last year. I honestly couldn't tell you the story. The story. That's the thing with From Software games. It's like you beat the game and then go watch like a 2-hour lore video if you want to know what the fuck the story was for the fucking game. That's pretty much how it works. So what really pissed me off about the book? Well, I will say this: the art is pretty decent. Piotr Kowalski was the second best artist on that Dark Souls comic book, which is what was it called? Legends of the Flame. I don't have it here. I put it on my fucking shelf. I should just fucking throw it out and burn it. So I would say the artwork was good. You had a lot of cameos from enemies from the game. There's like 2 boss fights in here. I will say this: there's like a thing in the game where if there's like a skill where if you put your points in that skill, it's not particularly that useful. But what happens is there's like weird Cthulhu cosmic horror shit will start appearing in the background, and the more like you fucking level up that skill, the more creepy fucking shit, the more weird monsters you'll see on top of buildings and in the sky and shit. And they're referenced in this book, and there's a point where the main character can't see the monsters, the hunter can't see the monsters, so like the invisible monsters, so the little boy has to guide the hunter past the monsters, which the monsters in the game didn't do anything. They were just background, and it wasn't even like you weren't even 100% sure if they were like if they had like a physical, like, you know, if there were physical material or their ethereal material, whatever the fuck, right? So immaterial, whatever. I think that's the term, but whatever, right? So it's like, okay, did you play the game or did you just read some? Did somebody give you some notes? I'm so fucking pissed off at From Software that they gave the rights to Bloodborne and Dark Souls to this shitty comics company. Did you not think to check out their comics to see if they were good before you fucking license out your shit? Because if the reason why like people like J.R. Tolkien's family and like George R. R. Martin, they don't just license out their shit and have people write books off their universes, because it will lessen the source material, right? If there's a bunch of shitty fucking books out there, it ruins the universe. It ruins the source material. Like, people will go back and like it'll ruin it as a whole. If 80% of a comic 80% of like something is shit and only 20% is good, people are gonna look at it as a whole as being shit, right? Like the Game of Thrones TV show. First couple seasons were good, right? But because the middle seasons were okay and the last seasons were shit, now people look at the entire whole as being awful, which is kind of not fair. But that, if people want to say Game of Thrones is awful because of that, I would almost say that's a lot more warranted versus where people say like Oz and The Sopranos suck because only like that's unfair for those shows when their last seasons sucked, those shows had like what 5 or 6 seasons. So it's like for they had one the last season was shit. You're gonna say the entire show is awful? That's not fucking fair. But yeah, so like what really pissed me off in this comic book, because like it's mostly just okay, average at best. It was looking like it was only going to get like a 5 out of 10 at best. Then we get like the reveal that the fucking main character is him or her, and I say him or her because we don't know for sure if the main character is male or female. He or she gets poisoned and gets treated by like a NPC character from the game, and she asks the hunter, "Are you male or female? I'm not certain." And all the main character says, "I am the hunter." So it's like there's this thing in the game industry now where female characters, they don't want to give them feminine body types anymore, like curves and shit, because they don't want to trigger transsexuals, right? Which is retarded because transsexuals are gay people are only what like 2% of the population, right? So they want 98% of people or whoever the population that plays games to conform to changes that are made so for 2% of the population not to get triggered. It's the most retarded fucking thing anyway. Like, you would, based off the cover, you would think the main character was a male, right? Then you have this plot twist, and it feels like this plot twist, and then you realize it's like, is it he or she? We don't know. I'm going to bet money that it's a girl, because through the whole book she's constantly complaining about the futility of the world, this and that. Badass main characters don't bitch and complain about their fucking circumstances, right? Maybe once in a while, once something bad happens, something really bad happens, do they do that? But mostly they don't, and they carry on. So like this moody fucking chick ruins the book, honestly, even before the reveal happened, because she kind of was getting on my nerves beforehand. But yeah, so like it could be it's not supposed to be a girl. It could just be an androgynous dude. But like I don't know, dude. Like the hunter does have like a female personality, and like I'm okay. Like there are female main characters in books that are good. If you ask me any right now, I couldn't think of anything other than I hear the Stargirl comic book by Jeff Johns is really good. I'm going to buy and review it. I haven't bought it yet because it's like $50, so it's like I'm kind of working myself up to buy it because I have a budget where like I only spend like $100 at the comic book store or whatever, which I always end up going over. But it's like the Stargirl book, it's like $50, so it's like half of my fucking budget is gonna go into buying this book. So it's like But yeah, so like I used to like Hack Slash back in the day. I currently reviewed it and gave it a 4 out of 10 as well. So like, yeah, the stupid. I wouldn't say it's a twist, but it's like I felt like they wanted a female character, but they knew like the gamers wouldn't have bought it, right? So they had to trick you into buying this book by making it look like you had a male protagonist. That's why I'm giving it the negative rating, okay? That and the main character's written is kind of shitty. Honestly, I could write a much better female character than this. Alright? So if you're wondering why I gave it the bad review, it's because they tricked the writers or the publishers, whoever's idea it was to have a female main character, tricked us.